back everyone, and this video will hopefully be a sequence of videos of me finishing the town scene which runs across the top of these tracks. And I have been asked a few questions around what goes on underneath, and I'm going to explain those in a minute. But as you can see, each of the 4 boards, the other 3 are down there, come up so that you can get access to all of this track area. If you didn't, I think you'd have trouble, because I have had derailments and things going on underneath there. Now, just again, some little hints and tips. That little Hornby loading gauge, which cost me only 20p in a shop, has been invaluable to set the height of certain things, because that is a scale model of a loading gauge, which means that the coaches fit comfortably underneath there. The only problem I have, unfortunately, is with the trains with pantographs on, but I will sacrifice those because it's more important that I have everything running underneath. You're probably also now wondering, what are these? Well, these are the uprights that support the backs of the platforms, and as you can see, they are quite big bolts, 10mm bolts that I have screwed into the base of the layout, and I can adjust them as you would any kind of bolt, up and down, and that gives me the ability to create a perfect horizontal plane across the top where all of the boards meet nicely, and you can adjust them with very fine adjustments. I've had them in there for nearly 6 months, so I know they work. There's a little bit of adjustment that I need to do now because of heat and cold and movement and everything else, and before I start really getting involved in this, I want to adjust everything so that the tops of the platforms are as perfect as I can get them. And what I do is I test everything all the time with a set of coaches, so that we know that nothing's going to get stuck when it's under there. I've got another set that I use on the other track, so there's no way that anything's going to hit those uprights, and nothing's going to hit the underside of the platforms, because eventually there will be wiring underneath there that's going to be for the town's lighting and stuff like that. Anyway, and also you get to see what's actually underneath here, which is not a lot. These are dead tracks at the moment. I might do something with some sidings one day, but I like to use this end of the layout as a bit of a fiddle yard, so I don't really want to do too much underneath there, and also that it can be some space. Okay, it's all leveled up now. Perfect. As far as I'm concerned, I can now lay the track and the underlay, and maybe start to sketch out the roads and the market square. So there's going to be a market square here, and yeah, I'm happy I did that, because quite a few of those bolts needed maybe a millimetre of adjustment, but now everything is now as level as I'm going to get it. That's about as good as it's going to get on here. We're back again, and I've completed the first stage. Now remember, this is supposed to be temporary. The track is loose at the moment. I will screw it down, but it's supposed to be able to be moved so it can come apart in case anything collapses or comes off underneath. Also, I am going to need to get under here for lighting and stuff, but this is just so that we can take this horrible white scenery away and put something else that looks a bit better. So I've painted that in, and we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon painting the roads and just getting the general landscape sorted out. It doesn't have to be perfect, that's going to come later. And I just use acrylic paint, so I've used a very ordinary brown acrylic paint, and I'm going to use acrylic blacks and greys and maybe a bit of green on here to paint over the white that's already there. It's always good to have a white primed background or primer, some sort of colour, so that when you put your acrylic on top, it's going to be its colour that it's supposed to be, and then you go from there, and then the detail will come out of that. So yeah, that's the next bit. But so far so good. Track's laid properly, the track's connected to the elevation. Back in a bit. Okay, so we've measured out the roads and the areas for the buildings. So I'm going to do the black road first. I'm going to use some pretty standard, fairly cheap acrylic paint, some craft brushes, and I'm basically going to paint all around here, in there, around there, they're the roads. And if you want to see my plan, there's the plan. Doesn't have to be completely precise, but obviously the roads and everything I've done to scale. I'm going to have a nice market square here and some more things going on down that end, because I still need space to be able to put things every now and then. But yeah, around here this will be the town main part, and obviously the station, which is looking a bit sorry for itself at the moment. Anyway, back once we've done the painting. A coat of acrylic paint. Let it dry out and take the masking tape away, and then paint in the grey and the green, which is the base colours. Bit of touching up to do, but honestly it's such an easy thing to do. It will bring life to this section of the layout, and it gives you that base to then start detailing things. Yep, keeping it going. A little bit more. So the grey bits are done, and so is the green where the church is going to go. That's all going to get grassed up. That's not right. Anyway, yep, there's the market square. So I'm going to peel the masking tape back in a moment, and then put the masking tape on the black, and then paint the grey up to the black, and then I'll get nice sharp edges. So yeah, tack it in a bit. We're getting there. So the painting's done. A few little bits to do, and then I've placed down the curved stones that I used on my layout that I used to have in the garage. I'll see how we get on. They're going to need gluing in and touching up and everything else, but they will give a good edge. They are my brain has gone dead. They are laser cut, and you paint them and then rub over them, and it leaves the markings in the street, in the pavement. So yeah, I'm pleased with this. There's a few little things to be done, so I'm going to leave it now overnight to fully dry out, and then I'm going to put some buildings in, and I'm going to leave it alone for a little while. I might stick down the pavements, but I'm not really sure what to do about the station at the moment. So until I've done that, I'm not going to make anything permanent, but I will fill up the space. Okay, I've left it to dry. All looking good. I'm going to now put the buildings back on in some shape or form, and then leave it, and then I'll come back to this another time. I want to sort of just, I don't know, what I've learned over the last few years, and when I modelled the layout in the garage, don't put things down too permanently unless you're absolutely sure that that's where you want things to go. So everything will be loose, including the pavements, until I'm happy. In fact, I might put some of the road markings in, I'm not really sure. But anyway, we'll see. But yeah, it's going to look good. So I'm going to put this on a time lapse in a moment, and we'll see how I get on. getting close now. So the buildings are all set up, as I said. I'll just put some bits and pieces out, really. I've got a box of cars, as most collectors have got. Here's all my little statues that I've collected, and I love this. Here's Fred Dibner. Long story short, there's his little statue, which is in the same series as these guys. You've got Charles Dickens, Isabel Kingdom Brunel, and bizarrely Sherlock Holmes. There's a guy that makes these. I believe they're pewter or some sort of soft metal, and it's very clever. Anyway, he had a Fred Dibner one, and I thought one day they'll bring out Fred Dibner's what's that called? Steam engine, traction engine, and his trailer. And I thought, yeah, it's out. So I got it for my birthday. It's been stuck in a box for a few months, and I thought, right, as soon as I've got this up and running, I'm going to put him in there. And yeah, we've now got Fred Dibner in the town. Yeah, it's coming on all right. I found all the bits and pieces that I need to make it look a little bit more real, and quite happy with that. It's a hell of a lot more work to be done. I'm gonna probably let those resin Skaledale platforms go back into the market somehow. I'm sure someone can use them, because I'm going to use the plastic ones. And if you followed my videos, you'll know that they are easily wrapped in the scenic stuff. So I'm going to probably go for an old-fashioned type look for this station. And this station's based on the current Hornby South Eastern model. So I bought a while back when they were on offer, I bought the waiting room, the main station building, the South Eastern bridge, the waiting room, and of course the signal box. That was from out of my head this morning. I think I need a coffee. And so this is going to be a South Eastern themed station when I get going on it. I'm probably not going to do the Network South East look on it. I'm going to make it the period before that. So we'll have a South Eastern Railway station scene. I'm not sure about this backdrop. I put it up there just to kill off the white, but yeah, it might fit in eventually. It doesn't look too bad now. And then the little town will grow. Got room for a few more shops. And then, as I say, this is the market square, because I'm still going to need to be able to put stuff on here. Yeah, pleased.